All right, this Saturday, main event, Jones Smith.
UFC 235, baby, in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I can't wait to see this fucking fight.
Woo! Definitely a fight that is a must-see. I do think the odds makers are messing up with the odds a little bit. I mean, they have Anthony Smith as what, a minus? No, plus.
Like 800, 900.
Oh my god. Anthony Smith's a guy you definitely don't want to, like, count him out. He's coming off of 3 impressive wins, 2 by knockout, 1 by submission. He took out 2 legends. Volkan Ozdemir was, what, didn't he fight for the title, like, versus Cormier?
Yeah, we saw that.
2 fights ago, like 3 fights ago. So he's coming off some great wins. I think that momentum's gonna carry into this fight with Jon Jones. I do have Jon Jones winning, not a shock, but I do think the odds makers are counting out Smith.
Yeah, no, I think if he, I think Jones is gonna win.
Yeah.
But I think if Smith puts the pressure on him and it makes Jon a little uncomfortable, I think because he's as big as he is, or almost as big as Jones is, I think he can tag him a little bit. It's all gonna be how he moves in and out of the pocket.
Yeah.
So Jones can't hit him with those knees and get him in the clinch. We saw that Smith is good in the clinch, but Jon Jones is better in the clinch.
Yeah.
So
I just think that the odds are so against Smith, and like you said, all it takes is like just one punch from Anthony Smith to knock you out. He has power. He has a lot of power, and some key things I think.
Guy finishes fights.
He finishes fights, exactly. I think what you just said about closing the distance is very key. I don't think you should want to stay at range with a guy like Jon Jones who throws kicks.
Oh yeah, the kicks.
Great. Yeah, he needs to check those kicks early. And I think Anthony Smith, like you said before the camera was on too, is he's a fighter.
Yeah.
Like Jon Jones is a martial artist, but Anthony Smith is a fighter, and there's a big difference there. Anthony Smith wants to make it a nasty fight, and although Jon Jones might want to make it that too, I think if the fight goes that way, it might favor Smith more than it does Jones.
I think this could be a decision for Jones. I think because Smith is dangerous and he knows how to use his elbows, and I think he knows how to.
Jon Jones has some good elbows too.
He does.
Yeah.
I think he knows how to. I think he knows how to avoid the danger and get his effective strikes in. I mean, versus Jon Jones, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But I think Jon could play this really safe, and make it a decision, or he could come back and knock his fucking lights out with a head kick.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think this is gonna be a good fight.
I think it is too, and I love Anthony Smith. I was watching I don't know if it was a UFC. It was a UFC video on Anthony Smith, and he was talking about his win with Ozdemir and how after he choked him out, he was lying on the floor, and Mark Montoya and his other trainer came up to him while he was on the floor in the octagon, and Anthony Smith looked at them and he was like, I gotta get better, I gotta improve. After he just choked out Volkan Ozdemir, who at the time was ranked, what, 2 or 3?
2 or 3 in the division.
So a guy like that saying he needs to improve when he just choked him out, it's like, how could you not root for this guy?
Yeah, definitely rooting for him. I just think his level of competition has been
some par.
Yeah, I mean, he's only fought old legends.
That's true.
I mean, that's besides him and Lombard. I mean,
yeah.
Again, it's nice to see fresh blood. The guy's got a.
He's very new to this division too.
He is. He's got a fresh face. He looks like a fighter, and even if he loses in a good way and he puts up a better fight than Gustafsson did.
Oh yeah.
This sets him up for the future. Anthony Smith is in a position where he can't lose.
Can't lose.
Because the odds are so stacked against him that if he wins,
that's a great point.
He's the biggest underdog in UFC history.
And if he loses, you were supposed to lose.
Yeah, and your stock goes up if you lose. And like Ortega versus Holloway. Ortega's stock went up. He showed everybody that he's a brawler. He can take some punches, and he's tough.
And just the experience of fighting a guy like Jon Jones, who I think is the best UFC fighter ever, is like obviously going to improve his career. And not for nothing, dude, I love the fact that Jon Jones said he wants to fight 4 times this year. He already fought once. I'm going to say it's this year because it was December 29th, like 3 days away. And he wants to fight 3 more times, and he's probably going to do it, to be honest. Because I do think he's going to knock out Smith, and he's going to come away from that fight not too bad. Hopefully not too bad of shape. And I think he can get 2 more fights in by the end of this year. And I love the fact that he's fighting these young, hungry people like Anthony Smith.
Yeah, this is a great fight. I mean, like, I don't know. I just, like, if it wasn't Jon Jones, I would say I would love to see Anthony Smith win this fight.
Yeah.
I would love to see Anthony Smith beat everybody in the division. I mean, I would love to see him beat Jon Jones. I mean, that would be insane. There'd be Holly Holmes Rousey stuff.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, I'm going Jon Jones unanimous decision.
Oh yeah, I gotta go Jon Jones. I think it's gonna be a TKO second round.
Yeah.
As much as I love Smith and Anthony the Lionheart Smith, he does have a ton of heart, man. I just think Jon Jones is gonna put a beating on him. I do think that.
I just think Jon's gonna get better. I mean, he faced a rusty Gustafsson and owned him the whole fight.
Yeah. I think this one, Anthony Smith's going to make it exciting. I think he's going to close the distance on Jon Jones. We're going to see a brutal scrap.
He has to. He has to put the pressure on Jones or else Jon's going to own the fight. No one controls the distance like Jon Jones.
So I kind of contradicted what I said 2 minutes ago about Jon Jones coming out clean. But he might not come out clean from this fight. But I'm still going to hold to what I said in the aspect of him fighting 4 times this year. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. We both got Jon Jones winning.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a great main event, man. It's going to be an awesome card, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can't wait.